Hey, what's up everybody? It's Jet DesertFox back with another Straight Out of the Box. This is the video series where I normally get an airsoft gun from a retailer or manufacturer and unbox it in front of you guys and give you my honest opinions. Today, however, we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. We are going to be covering flashlights. Along with reviewing these flashlights, I'm also gonna go over what type of flashlight would probably work best for you. So we've got three different flashlights from OLight. We've got the PL-2 Valkyrie, their PL-2 Valkyrie, and their Warrior X. The PL-2 Valkyrie and the PL-2 Valkyrie are both LED weapon lights. These two will mount directly to a handgun or Picatinny rail. The Warrior X flashlight can be either handheld or weapon mounted using a flashlight mount. First, let's take a look at the PL-2 Valkyrie. We've got this pull tab, tells you pull out. And there's a message here from the OLight team. Thank you for being part of the OLight family. Your support is why we do this. Enjoy. Inside, we've got a user manual. Oh, what is this? We've got some hardware with an Allen key. All right, cool. We've got what looks to be a charging cable. And the light itself, and this is, when they say mini, they really mean mini. This is real, this is super, super tiny. Normally flashlights are pretty intuitive, you know, turn it on, just like that. That seems to be the case for this mini Valkyrie 2. Testing the weapon lights, I've got my Elite Force Glock 19. All right, mounting is super simple. Put it on the Picatinny rail, put it on, and then fold this clamp over. And it's on there pretty good. It's nice that it's this very compact flashlight, and it looks like it's two paddles. So we've got a paddle on this side. Oh, that turns it on. We've got another paddle on the other side. Let's take a look at the manual. Before you first usefully charge the light, this light can be installed on mil standard 1913 or Glock style rail with available notch. The Glock adapter labeled GL is already installed, which can be immediately used on all Glock rails. Okay, so basically what that means is this rail system with this little notch right here is already set up for Glock style handguns. If you want to use it on something with a Picatinny rail, like this HK416A5, you would have to switch out the little notch right here with the one provided in the packaging. And then it's nice that they also give you an Allen key to do so, so you're not having to go out and maybe buy an Allen key set or find one in your garage. I'm sure a lot of you already have tools, but it's always nice to have all of the hardware and tools included with the package. So it's great that OLight does that for you. All right, so it doesn't look like there is a strobe option for the PL Mini, but I will say this is pretty bright. On the box we have, let's see, a maximum of 600 lumens. That's probably a maximum for when it's fully charged, with a throw, that means a distance of 100 meters. So pretty self-explanatory on the use. Simply lock it in, pull this clamp back, now it's held in place, and then to turn your light on, you simply click down on the paddle, click down again, and it will turn the flashlight on and off. There's two paddles if you're a left or right-handed shooter. So if I'm a left-handed shooter, I would probably be using my right thumb to turn the flashlight on, and for right-handed shooters, left thumb. I do like how bright this is. Let's take a look at the brightness of the Valkyrie. All right, I would imagine that the Valkyrie is more or less the same as the Mini, maybe with a strobe feature. What the heck is going on with this packaging? Oh, I ruined the box. Oh well. Pull this out. Looks like we've got some more hardware for Picatinny rails. We've got our manual, pretty much the same. It looks like this has batteries. We need CR123 batteries, it looks like. I'm just going off of the quick guide start here. Hopefully there's some batteries in here already. Oh, no batteries installed. That's okay though, I do have CR123. Oh wait, no, there are batteries. There was just a little shield stopping it from turning on. Okay, cool. All right, so this is already set up for a Glock. Got our swing arm right here, which basically locks it down onto your rail. We're gonna flip that open like this so we can attach it to our Glock 19. Oh, that fits in really well, much better than the Mini. And so this is what it looks like with it on. The paddle on the PL Mini 2, you would push down. This paddle you kind of push in, like this way, inward toward the gun. And on the other side, I'm sure it's the same thing. Yeah, so no strobe function, but that's okay. You can always kind of just strobe it yourself if you want. This is 1200 lumens with a throw of about 235 meters. It's according to the box. This light is way easier to attach than the Mini right here. Although the Mini is more of a low profile light. As you can see, it doesn't really extend past the muzzle of the gun. So as you're coming into a space, the flashlight isn't sticking out first. Between these two, the two things that I like the most is there's basically just this cord and charger that you could hook up to like an external USB, so you don't really have to carry batteries on you. The Valkyrie takes one CR123A batteries, which can easily be carried in a pouch or in your backpack or something. But the same can be said of the charging battery station, or an external battery for the Mini. This charging system is probably a little bit more versatile, especially for someone who's like a YouTuber or is running cameras, in which you'll already have a bunch of battery packs probably on you. So instead of digging through your pack and maybe finding CR123 batteries, you could simply just plug this in and then hook your flashlight up to the external battery pack, maybe put it back in your backpack, or let it charge until you need it again. Obviously in the dark, that's not very helpful, but you should be planning ahead for that. Now, all these flashlights have been sent to me by OLight themselves. You can order these flashlights on their website or on evic.com. They're also available there. There is a sale going on though on March 22nd on the OLight website, where you can save up to 40% on some of your purchases, so you can take advantage of that. And if you do miss that sale, say you're watching this video in the future, you can always head over to evic.com and pick up the flashlights there. On to the Warrior X. This Warrior X puts out a maximum of 2000 lumens with a throw of 560 meters. Inside the box, we have a user manual. Then we've got all these other accessories for it. Then we have the flashlight itself, which comes in this very handy case. It's very nice. Here we have the flashlight itself. See what kind of batteries these take. Okay, so it's a rechargeable battery, 3.6 3000 milliamp lithium ion battery. All right, cool. That's great, lithium ion. Okay, so I've got the guard off, so the flashlight should turn on. Or not. Maybe the battery isn't in the right way. Doesn't really tell me which way is which. All right, let's try it this way. Might have been in there backwards. There we go. Also included in the package, we've got another charging cable, and what is this? And we've got something else. I don't know what this is. So if you're gonna use this as a handheld flashlight, you can have this this ring and then this clip, and then this ring also has a hole right here, so you could attach it maybe to a lanyard or something. And then I guess this part would go on, and this is probably to be used on a flashlight mount for a weapon. Didn't really tell me. Did it say anywhere else? Strobe, oh, there is a strobe configuration, enhanced tactical mode. Press the tail switch button while tightening the tail cap. Let's do that. Oh, there we go, cool. All right, nice, I got strobe mode now. All right, sweet. So if I press down lightly, it'll just turn on, and then if I hold it, it'll strobe. Nice. To charge the flashlight, you basically just attach the magnetic charging cord to the back of the flashlight and then plug the USB in, and it can be charged. Now we've got some other accessories from OLight. They sent a magnetic remote switch. This I do want to try. This sounds interesting. Let's see here. Oh, very nice. Very, very nice. So with the magnetic remote switch, we've got a cable and a retaining clip to put onto Picatinny rails. The way this works is basically all you do is just hook it up like that. Then your pressure switch now starts to turn the flashlight on and off. And all I have to do to switch from this pressure switch to the button is simply just remove the magnetic cable. So now I can go back to just a button. Let's get this mounted onto the 416, then we can go over different mounting positions and see which one may work for you. Now, when it comes to flashlight position, everyone has different preferences. Some people like to mount the flashlight here at the 3 o'clock position and use their thumb to push the button. Some people like to mount it onto the 9 o'clock position and use that same thumb. Now that's if you're gonna be using the button to the rear of the flashlight. Using a pressure switch, you could mount the flashlight at any position and just use the switch to turn it on and off. For this first demo, I'm gonna put the flashlight up here at the 12 o'clock position. So we've got our magnetic switch, put it onto the flashlight, and now I'm gonna use my left thumb to activate the strobe. Let's say I'm a left-handed shooter and I just wanna use the button. I can now use the button, switch back to the pressure switch, and then I can use the pressure switch. To me, that's pretty innovative. I have not seen a magnetic switch like this. Normally what you do to use a pressure switch like this one is you would have to completely unscrew the tail end of this of the flashlight, install the pressure switch part, which usually screws in as well, and then now you can use the pressure switch. This OLight Warrior X makes it super easy to just go from these two. That's super convenient. Let's move this flashlight to a different position and show you how else this can be configured. Got the Warrior X on an offset 9 o'clock position in which I can grip the vertical grip that's at the front and then use my left thumb to engage the flashlight. Finding the best position for you on a flashlight is basically just gonna be trial and error and lots of practice. My suggestion is go over all of the positions, the 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 6 o'clock position. From there, the easiest way to know if the flashlight is in a great position for you or not is to just walk around your house pointing the flashlight. Make sure that there's no one home. You don't want to be flagging everyone in your house, so make sure that you're either alone or people know what you're doing. So from this position, I can click once, leave the flashlight on, and then, do my movements or whatever I'm trying to do. Clear hallways, clear rooms, etc. Or I can take the pressure switch. Let's put it up here at the 12 o'clock position, attach the magnetic strip. And now I can just activate the flashlight from the pressure switch up here. This is all, obviously this position is a little bit cumbersome because now I'm trying to grip the entire rail while pressing down on the switch. So this may not be an ideal position for me, but who knows, maybe a left-handed shooter, this is an ideal position because now you can hold on to, you've got a little bit of your vertical grip, still got control of the gun, and you can still manipulate the pressure switch. Again, finding the best position for you is simply going to be trial and error. The Mini Valkyrie and the Valkyrie can also be mounted onto the 416 as well, and you could kind of use that in the same manner as the Warrior X. Here I've got the Valkyrie PL-2 on at the 9 o'clock position on the rail, and I'm going to be using my right thumb to depress the on-off switch. So this could be an option for you as well. It's actually very comfortable. To go from this position to turn my light on is, I still have positive control of the vertical grip and the gun. Very simple to just push that button down. It's not too far away. If you are a left-handed shooter, same thing. You can depress the on-off switch with your right thumb. Now let's try the Mini, see how that works out. Put that at the 9 o'clock position again, since I'm right-handed, that's gonna make the most sense for me. The Mini is supposed to be mounted like this, and you would depress down. Pushing down is the only way to activate the light. So in order to activate the Mini in this position, you would have to basically slide your thumb under the button and then push out. So it's probably not an option that you would want for a longer rifle. Maybe if it was mounted toward the bottom. At the 6 o'clock position, if you are a right-handed shooter, you would use your left thumb to depress down on the Mini to engage the flashlight. If you are a left-handed shooter, you would use your right thumb to depress. Now, I would not recommend using the Mini on a longer rifle such as this. It doesn't really match up, although if that's how you want to run it, go for it. I can't stop you. Obviously, I can't give a final thoughts on the OLight flashlights without actually using them in the dark, and what better place to test them than this spooky 18th century Victorian house. Alright, so Leah's got the PL-2 mini Valkyrie on my Elite Force Glock 19. Did you hear that?
No.
That was like from upstairs.
Oh.
I know you don't like... Oh, there it is. I know you don't like scary stuff. Let's go upstairs. Also, I want to test this flashlight on the stairwell.
Is this loaded?
No.
Okay, I'll throw it at someone. Or some ghost.
The bloom on that's really good.
Yeah. Oh, there's an alien. Also known as the camera. Pretty. Oh no.
What do you think's in there? Let's go.
A bear? A ghost?
No.
If I die, you can't have any of my stuff.
Okay, that's fair.
None of it. This is not fair.
Okay, open the door.
Okay.
Sorry, I got locked in. What am I doing?
Light switch. All right, well.
Oh,
Yeah, that door's kind of tricky, my bad.
Oh.
Thanks, Leah.
No worries.
Thanks a lot, you dick.
Final thoughts on the OLight Warrior X, Valkyrie, and Mini Valkyrie 2. Starting with the Warrior X. In my opinion, a very innovative flashlight design, mainly because of the magnetic pressure switch. This whole setup is sold separately. In my opinion, this is probably one of the best mounts and pressure switch designs that I've seen in a while. I'm used to just the normal Picatinny, in which you just take a bunch of Allen keys and you have to screw them all in individually. The mount system for the Warrior X is super easy to use. All you do basically is you have this one dial that you spin in and out, and that allows you to remove the flashlight from the mount itself or mount the flashlight directly to a Picatinny mount. Man, I mean, I did all this in the span of just talking to you. This would normally, a mount like this would normally have 3 to 4 screws on each side, and you have to do that individually along with the single screw that mounts it to the Picatinny rail. So being able to do all of that with just one screw, so much easier, so much easier. The design of the pressure switch is also made very easy. I do like that it comes with this Picatinny mount. Normally this is another piece of equipment that you have to purchase separately from the pressure switch itself. This is the first time I've seen the mount and the pressure switch sold together along with this magnetic pressure switch system. The Warrior X is definitely a recommend from me. I'm definitely going to be using this light from now on. Okay, moving on to the Valkyrie. Now the Valkyrie was a lot easier to install on the Glock 19. I mean, there we go, it's on. I don't like that it doesn't have strobe. Strobe is always handy to have, especially for handguns, because obviously if you're using a handgun, you're gonna be in a closer proximity to other players, or enemy players I should say, and having that strobe ability to blind them as you come around the corner is handy. The flashlight that I'm currently using is the TLR1 Streamlight, and that has a paddle system in which you just push down on the paddle and it activates the flashlight. I find that the OLight takes a little bit of time to activate because you've got to click it on and then click it off. The TLR1, you simply depress the paddle and it turns on. When you lift up, the flashlight turns off. So there's a little tiny bit more movement when it comes to the OLight Valkyrie. I won't give this a recommend or not recommend. It's a completely different on-off system from the TLR1. So it's basically just gonna be up to you whether you feel that depressing a paddle or clicking a button is faster for you. The Valkyrie Mini, I like that it has the paddle system. It's a little bit quicker to activate the light than the standard size Valkyrie. I do wish this had a strobe capability, but I do like that it's a very smaller size flashlight, and I like the fact that you can just charge this with a external battery pack. Again, this is going to be a personal preference for you to find out if you like this downward paddle or the sideways on-off on the normal size Valkyrie. All the lights were very intuitive to use. I only had to consult the manual a couple times for the Warrior X. However, once learning about all its functions, it was relatively simple to configure. That's gonna wrap up this Straight Out of the Box. As always, this is Jet DesertFox, and I'll see you on the field.